Book of Esther, they fasted. So the Jewish people were about to be annihilated by this Persian ruler, put an edict in there, like, let's take them all out. God promotes Esther to be like queen of Persia. The king didn't actually know that she was Jewish. So they do a fast. All the Jewish people do a fast for 3 days. And they fast specifically for deliverance and freedom from their enemies, right? So how many people know that Jesus was in the tomb for 3 days? So God ends up bringing deliverance to the Jewish people. It saves them from all their enemies. And they turned this fast into a feast. And this feast still goes on to this day. So they fasted one time for 3 days. Now they feast every year for 3 days. And the fast was turned into a feast. And they use it to celebrate and the remembering of the deliverance that God had made on their behalf. And they celebrate by feasting. Literally, they'll feast for 3 days. Huge spreads. And they give gifts to the poor. They turn that fast to a feast. Now, how many people remember that conversation Jesus has with his disciples? And the disciples are just eating, right? Just eating, and John and his disciples were like, wait a second, why do the Pharisees fast and all of John's disciples fast, but we're all fasting over here, and why is Jesus feasting, and why do his disciples feast? You know what Jesus says? He says, how appropriate is it for them to fast in the presence of the bridegroom? What? It would be disrespectful to fast in his presence. Celebration. Jesus turned water to wine at a wedding because it's all celebration. It's all joy. It's all fun. It's all feasting, right? Now, he says a day will come when they will fast. And when the bridegroom is taken away. When he was in the tomb for 3 days, they fasted. One time. When he came out and he was in their presence, they feasted. And we have a perpetual feast called communion. Not fasting, because the bridegroom is not dead. If the bridegroom was dead, we'd all be fasting. But since the bridegroom came out of the grave, we're feasting. And no one is going to tell me that Jesus is not living in me, because he says, I will never leave you or forsake you. So it's all feasting, baby.